Hello and welcome to Tasting with Mike and Matt. I'm Mike Veach and this is my partner in crime, Matt Kohorst.
Howdy.
And today we are going to be tasting the Castle and Key Bourbon. This has just hit the market. That's been many years in the making, but Castle and Key is, of course, located at the what was historically the Old Taylor Distillery in Woodford County. And they've spent a lot of money and effort to get the distillery up and going again. Beautiful place, beautiful gardens, well worth a visit. And, you know, they've been making their money so far by selling gins. Mm-hmm. And a couple of years ago, they actually introduced the Restoration Rye.
Right.
And now they have their first bourbon. They wanted to wait until the bourbon was at least 4 years old before they released it. Unlike the rye, which they released a version of the Restoration Rye at 2 years old. Mm-hmm. I think it's up to 4 years old now, too, as well. But they didn't want to do the bourbon until it was 4 years old. So this is a bottle of 98 proof Castle and Key small batch bourbon. This is from batch 1, and it's aged 4 years. So this is a recipe based upon what I determined was the Old Taylor recipe from the records from the Taylor Hay family papers. Mm-hmm. It's very high percentage of malt, about 15 to 20%. It is white corn and rye.
White corn and rye.
So this is very much what the... Oh, this bottle hasn't been opened yet.
Fresh bottle. I gotta say, I do love that bottle design too.
Yeah.
That's really cool looking.
Okay.
It's got like the Art Deco kind of style.
Yeah.
And then the bottle itself, is that just kind of like, you say that's kind of like a castle spire almost.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think that might be what they were going for.
Yeah, maybe so. And we went to the distillery, what, like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago?
Oh, it's actually been, it was in December, or early December. Oh, yeah. So it's
been quite a spell then.
Almost 4 months ago.
Oh, jeez. Where does the time go?
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's where it is. So this is their first release of the bourbon. It's got a nice color.
What did we say the proof on this was?
98.
98, all right. Yeah, nice color.
Got a nice nose, lots of vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, a little citrus?
Citrusy.
Kind
Tangerine?
of a tangerine.
That's what I'm going for.
See, I was going to say a little lemon zest and orange zest, but maybe tangerine is a...
Might be crazy, but I'm even getting a little strawberry filled in there.
Little strawberry?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
So I'm getting a sweetness, like, as I nose it more.
You get a little berry, wild berry is what I would call it. Maybe a little raspberry, blackberry, strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
A little oak. So let's taste it and see what we get. Oh, that's good. Definitely get those berries.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, raspberry, blackberry, maybe even a little strawberry.
That's very different. I don't know if I've tasted anything like that.
Yeah.
It's very berry forward.
I'm getting a little white pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Getting lots of vanilla.
Lots of vanilla.
A little oak.
Getting a little hint of that citrus on the underlying. Yeah. Just a hint of it, though. It didn't come.
More on the finish for me.
Yeah.
The citrus comes in with
like
the
right
finish.
Back there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But nice finish. Yeah. I mean, it's got a little, you know, you get the little oak, got a little bit of citrus, and just a lingering hint of that pepper spice.
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask you said this has a high, you said barley, malted barley.
Yeah.
Now, what's a good average for that? Like,
well, you
usual,
know,
like
a lot of, you know, barley's the most expensive grain you use in making whiskey right now.
Okay.
And a lot of them have reduced it down to 5% of their mash bill, or even less, and are using enzymes to do their conversion from starch to sugar.
Do you think that compromises other?
Well, what it does is, see, enzymes don't add flavor.
Right. So you're not getting that.
You're not.
Yeah,
So you're not
flavor.
getting the flavors that you get from a malted barley, which to me adds a nuttiness.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I kind of think that there might be a little almond in this.
Almond.
You know,
I can get
almond.
that,
Yeah, almonds have that little bit of a cherry, nutty.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe that's kind of what I'm getting with that sweetness. You know, it's like
Yeah.
berry or maybe like.
Oh, let's take another sip and find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is a little almondy. Think of amaretto. You've had amaretto?
Mm-hmm.
Does that kind of give you a little bit of that flavor?
Yeah. Amaretto sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love a good amaretto sour. So, yeah, this is great. Yeah,
Yeah.
But you're right. It's definitely has that almond flavor to it.
You know, like I said, it's got that berry, wild berries, little citrus on, particularly on the finish.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
So you got to be loving this. You're a fruit forward kind
yeah,
of.
I love a good fruit forward. So let's see
I
what
love it too.
let's see what a cranberry does here. That's interesting. Takes the spice right out of it until the finish.
Mm-hmm.
The pepper comes back in the finish, but in the taste, you don't get it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not getting much fruit. To me, it's like all vanilla and caramel into the finish, and then you get a little bit of that oak and that pepper.
Mm-hmm. I would say I would skip a fruit with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're saying, it kind of made it a little one note. Like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It took the complexity, which if you're drinking this neat, I mean, it's very complex. But for some reason, put the sugar cran in there, and it takes out a lot of those flavors.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah.
Let's cleanse our palate. Let's try pecan.
That's good.
Yeah.
It made it like nice oily.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of like.
Coat your mouth with lots of creamy.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Really brings out the pepper in the finish.
Mm-hmm. We can get a little bit of like, I don't know, like maybe like buttery caramel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking salted caramel.
Mm. Yeah, salted caramel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take another taste here. This is really good.
Yeah. Oh, this is really good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Not as fruity on the nut, which is, I think, a good thing. Like, because it really just brings out like that.
But you still get a little fruit on it with the nut. At least I do.
Fruit on it,
I'm getting a little.
but it is spicy.
It's not. It's not so much berries as it's more that citrus. I'm getting a little citrus in the actual taste,
Yeah, yeah.
and then into the finish.
Mm-hmm. But it does have that nice spice. I love that spice that's going on right now. It's still there. It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
I love the warm feeling. You know. Yeah. So this one's great. Do you know the price point on this one?
I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure.
the price point. Rosemary could tell me. I mean, she bought a bottle, and of course they sent me a bottle. But
man, this is good stuff.
I believe it's probably going to be in the $40 to $50 range. I mean, it's not
Worth it.
ridiculously high.
I think this one's worth it.
I know the first batch sold out.
Oh, really? I mean,
Yeah, and they've already released the second batch.
Wow.
Castle and Key, doing great work.
Great work.
Cheers.
Cheers.